Welcome back to another episode of Life Advice You Don't Hear in Church. I'm Tiffany Dawn, and I'm here with my husband, James.
I'm back, guys.
Today is all about James. I'm not going to say anything.
Just like our home, it's all about me. What, you're not going to say anything?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. One of you wrote in a few weeks ago, I had made a video about how I gained 80 pounds in my second pregnancy and had a really hard time losing it. It took me a couple of years. It was a really hard journey, but also a very healing journey for me. One of you left us this comment for James. Thank you for this. I hope it's okay to ask, how did James feel when you gained weight? It's been a huge fear of mine to gain weight or have something happen that changes my looks, even just getting older, and have my husband not be attracted to me and then have wandering eyes. I keep hearing men are such visual creatures, and it concerns me to grow older and lose my husband's attention. So let's talk about that today.
When that question came through, Tiffany asked me, and I had to think about it. It didn't really seem to me like 80 pounds. Because it's something that happened gradually. So, when Tiffany got pregnant, she was really sick, and I was very concerned with how sick she was, and she was also trying to watch Natalie. So, I wasn't really focused on, how does she look? I was more focused on, oh my goodness, we're going through a tough time. Tiffany is sick a lot, and we're just trying to get through one day at a time. It's honestly only when I look back at pictures and I see Tiffany, now having lost most of those 80 pounds, and then I see some of those pictures, I think, oh, I guess she did look a lot different. But because we sort of gradually got there, it wasn't something like, oh, you look different today, sweetheart. And this is, I would say, weight gain for a cause, Having a family is something that's very important to me. So I guess I really wasn't bothered by it.
Okay, but what if you do gain weight for other reasons? There are so many reasons a person might gain weight. I mean, COVID lockdown, tons of people have found weight, really hard times in life. There are so many different reasons why you might gain weight. I mean, I had a friend when I was in college.
Remember, this is all about James and what I have to say.
I had a friend years ago who they got married and they had this pact that they would stay married as long as neither of them gained more than 20 pounds.
What?
And I think they were serious, in a joking way, but serious. And I was just like, that is so unhealthy. Your bodies change when you grow. You're gonna get older. Your body is gonna change. And when you marry someone, you're not married to their body at that time. You're married to them.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Oh, that's very troubling. I mean, I don't know that we've been through that, but in a scenario where one of us had some health problems and gained a ton of weight, I think that sort of uncovers where your relationship is at. Because when your goal is to stay married for the rest of your life, your bodies are going to change, your interests are going to change, your personalities are even going to morph a little bit. And it's really about, hey, we're focused on building a life together, even as our lives and bodies evolve. I mean, I would say to your question, yes, are men visual? Sure, of course, but...
So are women.
Yeah, but just because you're gaining weight doesn't mean that your husband has a right to lose interest in you. It's not...
Gaining weight doesn't necessarily mean you're less attractive. We have this idea in our culture that skinny is pretty. That's just not, it's not that simple.
Especially when you're building a life together, the attraction is about this person.
Yeah.
I'm attracted to this person. And I would say that the more intimate and the more close you are with a person, the less how they look is part of that connection.
And I think that shared life experiences and that kind of connection is a much deeper kind of attraction.
Yeah.
And it lasts and it grows.
Yes, exactly.
Even as you get older and according to our society, which is totally biased, maybe your looks are fading as you get older or whatever.
Yeah.
But that connection grows. That attraction grows if you continue investing in your relationship.
Yeah, because ultimately when you're married for a long time, your goal isn't I need to be attractive to random people at the mall. It's more my relational focus is towards the person I'm married to.
Yeah.
And that attention and that focus is much more meaningful than what you look like in pictures.
But also with the guy's eyes wandering. Let's talk about that for a second. This was a huge fear of mine before I got married. And when we first got married, James noticed other people all the time. And I remember being like,
I'm a big
what
noticer.
Is wrong with me?
Probably a little creepy sometimes. I've tried to change.
It's why is he noticing all these other cute girls here? And he didn't even notice he was doing it. It was just kind of habit, I guess. But at that time, I was very thin, and what I thought was very more attractive societally or whatever. And then when I was pregnant, and so much heavier, and didn't have great clothes that fit, and was a hot mess all the time.
Felt like a hot mess.
I looked like it in pictures. And then he stops noticing everybody, and he's just like focused on like me. And part of that was therapy. Part of that was talking through this and slowly changing. And part of it was you were concerned for me.
Yeah.
But like, I started realizing that guys noticing other people is about the guy.
Yeah, it really is.
It is not
has
about you.
0% to do with, I think my wife is attractive, I don't think my wife is attractive. It just doesn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
You know, some people are big noticers. Sometimes they're too much of a noticer. That's on them.
Yeah.
Because I think Wandering Rise is almost more about what I don't have and what else is out there. And so if that's your attitude in any aspect of life, you're never really going to be satisfied.
Yeah.
Because you're just always wondering about what else is out there.
Yeah. I remember being so afraid of getting pregnant and not being sexy enough, not being attractive enough for my husband. And then I started realizing it is not my job to be. That is not my job as a wife.
Not.
It's a lie.
Yeah, at some point in your life, you kind of bought into that.
I did.
Wherever it was from. But that's definitely been like a theme, is your default is, I need to do this, and I need to do this, and I need to look this way in order to deserve this love and attention.
Yeah, and in order to keep it. And to learn that that's not true is so freeing. To learn that he's responsible for his love, I'm responsible for my love. Like, we don't control the other person.
Yeah.
And learning that in a healthy marriage, that attraction grows because it doesn't depend on what you look like, it's who you are.
Yeah. I look at you and I think, oh, you know, Tiffany is so beautiful. I'm so glad we're together. She's so caring. She cares so much about me. We have a deep personal connection. I love being close to her. All of those things, they don't, like, I want her to look good because when she looks the way that she wants to, she feels better about herself. But to me, it's not like, that's not like a cornerstone of our relationship. Like, the actual basis of our relationship, and I think probably most other healthy relationships, is it's not so much about how the other person looks. It's about this life and this relationship and this connection that we're building together.
And it's great if you guys both want to look cute.
I think it's important to take care of yourself. I do.
Yeah.
And I think if Tiffany was like, I don't care, I'm not going to try, I'm not going to take care of my body, I would be like, come on.
Yeah, you'd be like, I don't want to.
But it's not about like
young.
your belly is fat. It's more like, why aren't you taking care of your body?
Right. Yes, taking care of yourself, yes, putting in energy, but that's not about looking a certain way. It's just about being healthy
being
with
a
your
good
body.
steward of your body.
Yeah. So I think being attractive to your partner is about connecting with them. It's about engaging with them, and you can grow in that for your whole life. It has very little, if anything, to do with what you look like. I think if we can let go of the lie that we as women have to be sexy enough, skinny enough, pretty enough, whatever, to keep our husband's attention, if we can let go of that lie, it will free us from a lot of bondage. So thank you for this question. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.